Hello everyone, it is Warrior. Welcome back to another video, and today we're on episode 3 of our Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes brand new account, and I'm gonna say it's not brand new anymore. We're level 30 now, and that means we unlocked the squad arena. This is the first PvP holo table inside of this game, and it's pretty awesome. How this works is when you enter it, you get put into a shard, and a shard has 20,000 people in it. Now, unfortunately, we got added right at the end at 18,844. So if we would have waited a couple of days, we probably could have gotten into a newer one. And a funny story, if you go to the ranks here and look up at the top, all these people are hyperdrive bundle people, but I actually did create another account a few weeks back, and I also got into this shard, but then some issues happened, and I ended up just scratching that account because I thought I wanted to make a new account, and I wanted to be able to make videos on it. But if we had stuck with that account, we would have been in a lot better position. So that just goes to show we are starting all the way at the bottom, and this is going to be a journey to work all the way up to the top. But I am excited to do that here on YouTube and to do that in the account. I think it makes it a fun challenge, and eventually, hopefully, we will be able to finish the #1 spot 100% free to play. That is the goal, and that's what we're going to try to do. Now, since we started all the way up at the top, I thought this would be a lot more interesting because we would have our teams ready. Unfortunately, as you can see, the teams that we're going to fight against these other players, they're not really the best teams. This one has 2 characters, so instead of just doing our 5 battles, which I planned on, we're still going to do that, but we are going to kind of break it up, and we are going to kind of do a, not really a time lapse. I'm just going to show you battle after battle, and I will commentate over the battles, or I might fight them, and then, yeah, I might commentate during them or commentate over them, but here's the first battle right here, and it's a big gap that you start off. We're increasing, as you can see, my rank up top. We are going to be increasing, if you look down to the bottom right, to 16,017 after we fight this. But you don't necessarily increase that much every single fight. In the beginning, you increase more. So, as we say, I leveled up. I am thinking for the team we're going to use right now, we're going to use our Anakin. As you see, he has his leader ability, which we talked about in the last video. That's going to help. We have a 4-star Geonosian soldier now, and this is also the second day of playing on this account. That's why I was able to level up so much, because I went through, did my daily activities again. We're going to use Ahsoka. We're going to use the Dark Trooper because he deals so much damage, and we're going to be using Old Ben. We see we have 3,793 power. We're just going to destroy through this first fight here, but hopefully we'll be able to make some fun stuff happen. And I actually think, since a lot of these battles are going to be quick, I'm going to try to make it more interesting. So yeah, I'm actually just going to go quiet, and something cool might happen. Alright, so what I was originally going to do was I was going to include a really cool soundtrack here, kind of like a montage, but I had a really hard time finding good music that wasn't copyrighted, so I'm just going to do a commentary over this. And what this is this is me fighting some arena battles to climb up. I was able to climb up from the rank of 18,000 all the way up to the top 5,000. And once I got to the top 5,000, there was a lot of hard teams, and realistically, it's just not going to be possible in order to climb any higher until we level up a little bit more and get our team upgraded, because there's some people who have a few days head start, but there's also some people who have literally like a 3 or 4 week head start on us, and that's really hurting us when it comes to this. Maybe not 3 or 4 weeks, but a good 2 weeks at least. And um, what you'll see here in these videos is I am fighting for the most times the teams that are on the farthest to the right. And what that means is you can climb the farthest that you possibly can because the computer will automatically generate the farthest team that you can fight and it will put it on the far right for you. If that team is too hard, what I did a few times was I just hit the little refresh button and I was able to fight some other teams that weren't as hard, and I could keep refreshing until I found a team that I could fight. But what I think I am going to do is I am just because right now currently this is already I've already done all this. This is just me commentating over it because it takes like 10 minutes between each battle to fight, and I didn't want to make you guys wait that long, so I just edited the fights together. But what I am thinking of doing is I'm thinking of making the next arena video when I'm able to get to the top 1,000 because I feel like that's a pretty good milestone. Um, and that will be a little while because right now we're just kind of fighting against like random teams. Once we get to the top 1,000, we'll actually have a team together and there'll be a little bit more of a strategy. And plus, it will give me time to make other videos that I have in mind and I want to make. I said that I was going to go over the farming guide in this video and the guilds in this video, but this video is pretty long as is, and I decided that I'm just going to wait until the next video, and maybe not even the next video to include that because we're unlocking a lot of stuff, and I want to cover this stuff before we cover some of the other stuff in the game. Because right now, when you first unlock Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, the guilds isn't really as important until you get a 7-star character, and then we're going to focus on it even more. But until you get a 7-star character, the guilds are not as important. Um, and the farming guide is definitely important, but we're level 38 as I speak, and I'm going to unlock guilds very, very soon, so I want to cover that, or not guilds, I'm sorry, Galactic War very, very soon, and I want to cover that in the next video because I think it's going to be very fun, interesting, it's going to be a challenge. It's not going to be the same as the squad arena. What it is it's you have to fight 12 different battles, and there's some hard battles, some easy battles, and you can use your whole roster, but if a character dies, then you cannot use them in the next battle. And their health, their abilities, their turn meter, everything is carried over to the next battle. So if I use my special to kill Old Ben, just like that, this is not Galactic War, but if I did, when I went into the next battle, I would not be able to use that ability right away because it would be on cooldown. And as you see here, the Dark Trooper is really, really good. I wanted to talk about him because the Dark Trooper is a really, really good character, and I would like to definitely clarify that. He's a very, very good character. However, I'm not going to recommend you farm him forever. He's just a character that you want to farm in the beginning. When you start playing, you want to farm him, and you want to farm him, I would say you want to farm him at least to a 2-star, and then you could go as far as a 3-star or a 4-star depending on what else you're farming for. But if you're following my plan, I'm probably just going to take him to a 3-star, and then I'm going to stop because there's other characters that I want to farm. And that's another thing I've been doing over these days. It's kind of boring, so I didn't want to show you guys. I've just been going through playing the light side, dark side battles, and borrowing some allies to help me get through the battles. You don't really need to worry about that too much, and when I do my guilds video, I will explain if you're having trouble beating the light side, dark side battles, how you can beat them easily guaranteed, even if the characters are like 10 levels higher than you, and you can get the 3-star so you can sim them. But that's for another video. As you see, that I think that was our 5th fight, and now we get to go into our first Dark Trooper mirror match where we're fighting against a Dark Trooper, and what really was key to me winning this time was me killing the enemy Dark Trooper as soon as possible, because every time the Dark Trooper loses a stack of Dark Trooper, which is that little blue thing that says 4, it looks like a Dark Trooper, and every time he loses that, he becomes weaker, he doesn't deal as much damage, and if you can take out their Dark Trooper first, or just take out some stacks of their Dark Trooper first, you're going to win a mirror match every single time, because you're dealing the damage first. You're taking them out, and that's really really good. You might not win a mirror match, obviously, if they're really high level compared to you or really high gear, but for the most part, if you're around equal power, that's what you want to do. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was for the upcoming farming guide. This is just what I'm going to be doing on the account, and it is not going to be something that you have to do, you have to follow. It's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not even claiming that it's the best farming guide. I think it's just the one that's going to be the most fun for me. It's going to create a really good experience, and it's going to help us progress in the game. But for the next video, it's definitely not something that you have to do. So I just wanted to say that. So that was clear, and you can still be very successful if you follow some other farming guides. But we will talk about that in the next video. But you might already have some clues, like you can see we're farming the Geonosian Soldier. That might be a clue to see what kind of route we're going down if you're an advanced player in this game. If you're a new player, I'll explain that all in the farming guide video. But on this battle here, it looks like we're winning. Our Dark Trooper did get low on stacks pretty quickly. When he gets low on stacks, though, I just try to make the best use of him as I can before he dies. And a really helpful thing is Ahsoka's special. It deals a lot of damage, so if my characters are all full health in the beginning of the battle, a lot of times I'll use it, but as you might know, it also will heal your characters up. So if you want to always, if your characters are getting low on health, you always want to have that saved so you can save them. And if they're green, they're probably fine, but if a character goes into the yellow, you want to be ready to save them and bring them back up in health. You don't want to have to wait 3 turns in order to do that. But that's just a pretty basic trick that I wanted to say. This fight right here, we're going up against someone who's 8,000 power. So this is a pretty good fight. And while this is fighting, I thought I would also talk about the events in the game, because I'm not going to show them. There is, or at least the beginning events, which is the basic training as I was talking about. I went ahead and played through the basic training. It's pretty good. It teaches you how to use some characters. You get a sneak peek of what high level characters and high gear characters look like in the future. You get a little sneak peek. You get taught how to use them, and you're able to get some good rewards. You can unlock some rebels, which is nice. So I went ahead and did that. There was also a cool event. It's a ship training event, and it's not really a ship training event, but it will give you some characters and some ships. If you didn't know, ships are in the game indeed, and those will be used once you unlock 60. So that's another reason we're not going over farming guide and guilds in this video. It's going to be, we're going to have a few more videos in here before we unlock level 60, so we're going to have to talk about that first. Before we talk about anything else, we're just going to talk about guilds in the farming guide. But it looks like we won that battle, and I did 10 battles in this video. You can skip ahead if you want to see the end, but I would appreciate if you stayed, because I'm explaining some stuff, going over some stuff while this footage is playing. and hopefully, eventually I'll get to the point where if I'm just going to be talking about something and not actively showing you guys something, I'll have some nice background footage playing, like me either going through arenas or galactic wars or doing something because it's more interesting. But um, for this fight, we my strategy when I'm doing arena fights in the beginning of the game, when you don't really have a set team, just some random characters that you put together, I like to go for the attackers or the healers first, and I like to save the tanks for the end because the tanks don't really do that much damage, and if you go for them last, then you're going to be able to take them out pretty easily if your whole team's alive, and they're not going to be doing much damage to you. If you go for them first, you're going to struggle to take them out, and it's not going to go well for you because they have a lot of health. But all right, here's the battle that we lose. We get destroyed on. This is our last battle. We're top 5,000 right now. I was deciding if I wanted to go for Anakin or Ahsoka first. I went for Ahsoka first. Maybe I should have went for Anakin first. They just started destroying me from the get-go. They got their offense up move with Anakin first. Hit me with the ability block. A dodged attack there. Everything just went wrong. And I tried to persevere a little bit through this. I really wanted to just take out Ahsoka at this point, and then old Ben kills our Ahsoka, so I'm just like, I'm out of here. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.